Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra and today I am collaborating with my very good friend Angela from Beauty by Angela here on YouTube. In today's video, we are bringing to you some time-saving makeup. The makeup that she and I reach for when we're trying to get out the door in a hurry. I know we both kind of talked about 10 minutes that we would have to get out the door, or 10 minutes we would have to apply makeup. And for me, that's a short amount of time. Usually takes me about 30 minutes to get ready to film each day. And it could take me longer because I'm just enjoying myself, taking my time, blending until my fingers fall off, things like that. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you all about the steps that I must have or want to have in a 10-minute makeup look, as well as the things that I could omit. I'm also going to share with you the type of product that I'm speaking about so that you know you don't need these products. You can look in your own collection for products that ring a similar bell to you. So why don't we go ahead and create this look? All right, let's get into this. The first thing that I apply every single day before I do my makeup, or not, is the Cotz Face Moisture Lightly Tinted SPF 35. I love this. It says hydrate and protect. It's a mineral sunscreen and it's water resistant up to 80 minutes. It has the most interesting texture. I go for like a big pea size here. The thing that I really love about this SPF though is that it is perfecting a little bit. Because of the texture feels like it has dimethicone in it. I don't know personally if it does. It's that very smooth, silky texture. And because of that, it's a little bit pore filling and it's a little bit smoothing. If I had like 30 seconds to a minute longer, I'd absolutely go with my Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream. I'll have all of these products linked down in the description box below. I have mine in the shade number 23, which is Natural Beige. We're going to skip this today because we're going for accuracy here. So if I was in a hurry and I am definitely not wearing foundation, I am definitely wearing concealer. This is one of the products in this lineup that I absolutely won't skip. This is the Glossier Stretch Concealer in the shade G10. And I just take some up on my finger and press this around my eyes. I will use it under the eye as well as over my upper lip a little bit because I have melasma hair. No, it's not hair, folks. It's melasma. Little tiny bit more, and I'm just going to cancel out any discoloration on the lid lightly. And I really like this concealer for this purpose because it is in a pot. I can just open this puppy up. I can use my finger to apply it. It looks best applied with the finger in my opinion, or the phalange as we say over here on my channel. But in this kind of a quick, less makeup look, I just feel like this is the easiest thing, and that this type of coverage is going to, you know, look a little bit perfected, but not perfect. And then, like I said, I take just a tiny bit of this on my upper lip, and for that I'm gonna use this little dense brush from Sephora. It's their Pro Flawless Airbrush. This is in their old style, and because this is dense, I can really like push this into the skin, into the skin, and you know, you're still going to be able to see a little bit of the melasma, but not as much. Next product I always use when I'm in a hurry is a pressed powder. And for me, I have been loving this one from number 7. It's the Lift and Luminate Triple Action Translucent Finishing Powder. This is the light translucent, and this is so silky soft. And I just pick some up on my finger like this and sort of start on the top of my cheekbone and just gently move my way up toward the under eye. And that's all I do for setting my under eye. I mean, that's generally how I would set my under eye, even if I was doing a full beat here. But I do like this more dense brush, so I can really buff the powder into the skin, and that's it. At this point, I like to apply a little bit of a tinted brow gel. This one happens to be the Essence Make Me Brow, and I have mine in the shade 03 Soft Brownie Brows. And I really like this product. Usually, if I'm doing a full face of makeup, this would follow me filling my brows in with a little bit of pencil. But when I'm in a hurry, I eliminate the pencil and I just go in with a tinted brow gel. And the reason I feel like I can get away with this, even though my brows are pretty light and kind of sparse, is because I will go in with several layers. So the first layer I apply right after I've powdered my face. And this is a fiber tinted brow gel, so it does have some little fibers in there that will cling to my natural brow hairs. And that's why I kind of do this in stages. I'll do an initial sort of pass through my brows, just making sure I hit all the brows that I can without getting it all over my face. So then I step in my quick routine. It may be a step that a lot of people would cut out, and I'll be interested to see what my girl Angela has cut out of her routine to make it quicker and what she didn't. For me, I just love a nice sculpt of bronzer. I love bronzer. It's something I never used to wear, but today we're gonna use my, wow, brain fart, my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze It. This is in the shade Light, and that's one of the reasons this is the best one for me when I'm in a hurry. And that is, number one, it is a lighter tone. And number two, this particular bronzer is like foolproof. I've talked before, if I have a bronzer issue, like I don't know, maybe I missed powdering my forehead and my bronzer stuck up there, this is the one that I will reach for every time because it's like the fixer of bronzer, the magic fixer. And I can apply my bronzer really fast, so I don't feel like this adds too much time to my routine if I'm in a hurry. And this one is also a luminous bronzer, so it gives a really nice glow to the skin. As you can see, I'm really kind of just being willy-nilly with it, but it looks blended and all of that good stuff. Just a little pass on the side of the nose with no additional product. So for blush, there's a couple of things I'm looking for here. I need it to be buildable, and I need it to be luminous, not shimmery. Shimmery is kind of a pain in the butt, especially if you're in a hurry. I think it takes just a little bit more fussing and blending and things like that. So when I'm in a hurry, I'm reaching for a luminous blush, not a matte blush, because again, sometimes those edges can look rough and you feel like you need to blend and blend and blend some more. So the type of blush is luminous. The specific blushes that I tend to reach for in a hurry, and it's a little treat as well, are the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush. This is the one in Diffused Heat, but I have other ones too. I have 4 in the Ghost palette from Holiday 2019, and I have a couple more in my Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked from Holiday 2018, as well as one other single mini. As you can see, that's like super quick, one and done, but I have that glow to my skin almost like I do have a highlighter on, because I am going to skip highlighter. I feel like this face looks very healthy. It has some structure to it. I don't look like a flat blank canvas, which to me, this looks more natural than a flat blank canvas of a face or foundation or what have you. So one thing I rarely can skimp on, unfortunately, is eyeshadow primer. This is the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer in Nude. If I'm in a hurry for eyeshadow, depends on how long I have. If I have a full 10 minutes, I can usually knock out a 2 to 3 eyeshadow look. If I'm really pressed, I will usually go with a cream eyeshadow, but if I have that full 10 minutes, what I'm generally looking for are small palettes, either quints or quads. And I'm going to show you a few options before I show you the one I'm going to use today. One option, the one that I threw on yesterday in less than 5 minutes, is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk quad. You guys probably, I don't know if I've even used this on my channel, but I specifically bought it for quick eye looks. One of my all-time favorite quickie eyeshadow palettes is the Natasha Denona Star palette. I just showed this recently in a couple of videos. I have dips in all of these because I literally am like, oh, I need to do something in a hurry. I reached for this one. Then I also had picked up recently the Natasha Denona Mini Retro palette. Same reason, same good quality, but also really easy to reach for. One that my daughter picked up for me that I really love in a pinch is one of the e.l.f. Bite Size eyeshadows. This one is in the shade Pumpkin Pie, and I really do gravitate towards a bronze eye, especially when I'm going for one shadow. The last one, and the one we're going to use today, is another e.l.f. Bite Size eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Rosewater. So if I'm in a hurry, I sometimes do my eyeshadow in a little bit different of an order, and I'm going to show you this because it is much quicker no matter what palette you're using. This is going to be a 3 eyeshadow look because we're assuming I have 10 to 15 minutes. See how I up the time there? So I'm first going to go into this little bit darker, it's like a mid-tone rose shade. It's a shimmer shade. I'm gonna apply this with my phalange, and what I do first is apply this all over the lid, and you want to make sure that you have a really nice shiny even application on the lid before we move on with the next step. So you can see, using your fingers, I think the less tools you use, the faster your look's probably gonna go. Once I have that applied all over my lid, with what I have left on my finger, I kind of press that up into the crease on about the outer half of the eye. So you can see it brought it up into that crease a little bit, so we're already got that crease going, as well as the base color on our lid. Next, I'm going to take that same color on a small smudgy brush. This part's definitely optional, but I do like a little something something on the lower lash line. So since this shade is essentially our mid-tone, or is a mid-tone shade, I feel comfortable with putting that on the lower lash line. It's not too dark, doesn't look too made up, but you know, as always, you do you, boo. Now that we have this all laid down, I'm going to take this duo fiber brush. This is about a medium size blending brush, and I'm going to just blend out this mid-tone in the crease. Make sure, you know, it's blended out. I want this to be my crease shade, and just, you know, soften the edges a little bit. And that takes very little time. Next, I'm gonna go into the lighter of the two matte shades. This one right here, very beautiful, dusty, rosy, mauve-y. I'm just going to take this on the very edges of the metallic shade that we buffed into the crease and transition area. It's almost like I'm doing it backwards, and for some reason this seems faster to me. Taking the same little smudgy brush, I'm going to go into the lightest metallic in the palette, and this is for about the inner third of the lid, just to brighten it up a little bit. You could definitely use your phalange for this as well. It gives a little bit of depth to the eyes in contrast to that medium shade that we used all over the lid, and it also brightens up that inner part of the eye, helps us look more awake. I'm gonna use that same smudgy brush and dip just a little bit into the deep shade, and then a lot of it into the lighter shade, and all I'm gonna do is put this along the upper lash line and outer V, and then a little bit on the lower, just the outer third or so. Adding that lighter matte to the darker matte makes it just, you know, easier to work with. little bit more foolproof, and foolproof is honestly for me part of the name of the game when it comes to getting ready quickly. Using that little smudgy deepening shade actually helps me to eliminate another step, which would be eyeliner. I just started wearing eyeliner like within the last few months, and now I'm obsessed with it, and you know, it hurts a little bit to have to cut it out of my routine, but because I'm used to that little bit of depth on the lash line, that's why I went ahead and used that deep purple shade to sort of mimic that and make me feel like my eyes have a little more depth before I go in with mascara. So I always curl my eyelashes. That might be a step that some people would eliminate, but I like to curl my eyelashes, and it doesn't usually take very long. So I'm gonna speed through this, but I am using my Milk Kush mascara. I have full size on the way, hallelujah. Favorite mascara right now, hands down. If you want a great drugstore option that works really similarly to this, I would recommend the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara. Before we get into lips, I'm gonna go ahead and put that second coat of my Essence Make Me Brow. For me, I always line my lips. I do have a lot of fine lines around my mouth, though it's probably not evident on camera. So my holy grail, My Lips But Better, super easy, super quick to use is the MAC lip pencil in Whirl. The reason I like these versus some of my other lip liners is that they're just stiff enough that they don't like go crazy. I mean, they're not so emollient. Plus, that gives staying power, right? But they're also not so stiff that they're hard to use or anything like that. All right, so there's my lip liner. You'll notice I filled in a little bit on the sides. Again, that's just to help the product I'm about to apply stay on just a little bit longer. But when I'm in a hurry, I like to reach for like a tinted balm or like a sheer lipstick, something that's really easy to apply even in the car, without a mirror, whatever, and also be able to reapply it later on without any fuss. So for today, I'm going to use the Revlon Super Lustrous Glass Shine lipstick in the shade Glazed Mauve. It looks like this. And the other product that would be really similar is the L'Oreal Color Riche Shine lipstick. They're very similar. I just like this color with that eyeshadow palette that I used today, so that's why I went with this. This is comfortable, and I think a sheer lip product for me is more flattering with a lighter makeup look. So I'm gonna pop off of here real quick, do something with the hair, and then I will come back and we'll finish up the video. All right, here we go. This is the final look. These are all of my time-saving makeup products, but I want to make clear in this video, like most of my videos, and especially given the current pandemic and financial circumstances that a lot of us are in, that you don't need these products. Look for products within your collection that you would describe as foolproof, easy to use, buildable, you know, light coverage. Look for palettes that you could, that either are small, like things like this, or palettes, bigger palettes that you can easily use. For example, I have this little palette from MAC. Look for palettes where you could easily, you know, go boom, 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 or, you know, these 3 shades. Easy, and like have already in your mind, okay, this is a look that I could do with this palette really fast. And you're looking for foolproof there as well. You're looking for eyeshadows that don't take a lot of blending, or styles of eyeshadow like I did today, where I put the mid-tone metallic shade or shimmer shade all over the lid and then blend it up in the crease, put a little bit of a highlight on the inner part of the eye, and you're good to go. Just determine what you like and what your minimums are. For me, concealer and sunscreen are a must-have, and that's why I love this Glossier product, because it just always sits here on my vanity. I can pick it up, take a little bit, dab it on, and literally go out the door like that. I'm not a girl that will not leave the house without makeup. I'm not. if that's what I feel like doing that day, and to be honest, it's not a lot because I love playing with my makeup, but if I just need to get out the door, if I'm going to the garden center or something like that, and then I'm gonna come home and work in the yard, I'm not putting makeup on. I'm not that girl, but I am putting on sunscreen and maybe concealer. Next would definitely be blush, some type of eyeshadow. If I'm in a real hurry, and it doesn't have to be this brand, so don't take it that way. I have this Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize cream shadow in like this taupey bronze shade. And this is cream. I just dab it on my eyes, add some mascara, and get out the door that way. So that's an option. I really like to wear mascara. I really prefer to have brows on and some type of tinted lip product. Things that I could let go if I had to would be my bronzer, probably powder. I could omit lip liner if I needed to save another minute or what have you, but I'm confident I could put this face of makeup on that we have today on within 10 minutes or so, and for me that's pretty damn good. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you, Angela, for this collab. I am so glad that we collaborated again, and specifically on this video, because Angela and I are so different from each other in terms of our skin needs and some of our preferences. It's really fun to kind of have this be a collaboration so you can see kind of two different ends of the spectrum, so to speak. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're here from Angela's channel, thank you so much for coming by. I hope you will consider subscribing before you leave. And if you hit that bell, it helps you to find my videos later on every time I upload, which is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. 4 videos a week. I hope you're all staying safe and well right now. I hope that you're being kind to others, but most of all to yourself. And I hope if you are wearing makeup right now, and I hope you are, that all of your makeup days are absolutely quick, easy, and out the door makeup days. And I will see you in my next video soon.